These ain't glorified prison or gang stories, man. These is lived experiences. Welcome to the Swang Glow Podcast Show, Do Rock Cree. Now, look, man, I got a special edition, you know what I'm saying, of this show, that I wanted to present to the round table family. You know what I mean? Now, I always tell y'all what I'm inspired by creating these videos and putting them out to the world, to the masses. You know, my hopes is to help somebody, to inspire somebody to do better, to be better people, to be better men, better women, better everything in life. You know what I mean? I don't jump behind the camera to encourage anybody to be self-destructive or destructive, period, to their family, friends, community, none of that. You know what I mean? We are here to help and inspire and hopefully build some bridges. You know what I'm saying? That can help those that need the help to get from A to Z in life. Point blank, period, man. Now I received this message, right? Somebody sent me this message on a video short that I posted about a guy that's in prison, that's really in prison, right? He's showing people the inside of his cell and how he lived day to day. It's on my video shorts. I just posted it I think yesterday, right? You can go on there. It's an SA Hispanic guy who's speaking, and he's showing the inside of his cell and how he lived. You know what I'm saying? And from that video, somebody jumped in the comments and left me a comment, man, that I felt was very, very heart wrenching, you know what I mean, and alerting, you know what I mean. So let me read to y'all this message. It's still there. I didn't take it down. He didn't take it down. You know what I'm saying? This is just specifically, man, to help not just this person, anybody out there in the world, man, that's going through something, that's dealing with something, man. These prison videos and gang videos that I put out, that I introduced to this round table, is strictly to help people. You know what I mean? And that video that I put out of this guy showing the inside of his cell inspired this person here to send me this message. Okay, what he said goes as follows. About to live that life soon. Been through CDCR. CDCR is the California Department of Corrections, for those of y'all that don't know. Okay, he said, been through CDCR once, and I effed up again 20 years later, and now I'm on my way to Oregon DOC, Department of Corrections. Not looking forward to the next couple of years, and have thought about suicide a lot lately. Thought about suicide a lot lately. I just can't do that to the people that love and care about me. I have to rise above this and try to use this to become a better person. Wish me luck. All right, now, as y'all all just heard, this person said that they was thinking about committing suicide, ending their life, because they are faced with having to go back to prison. I don't know what this person did that put themselves in that predicament, right? But he said the most key thing outside of everything else that was said, right? You have to be the one to rise above this first and foremost. Ain't nobody else gonna be able to do it for you. But at the same token, you pointed out the people that love and care about you, right? Take that and use that as motivation to get through each and every single day that you got to sit inside that prison cell. Think about those people that love you and care about you, man. That if you did commit suicide, how much it would destroy their life. It will upend the people that love and care about you more than anything else in this world. It would destroy them. Think about if somebody in your life done that, committed suicide. How would that make you feel? Especially a brother, A mother, a father, a son, a daughter, somebody that's really directly close to you that it's going to hit you hard if they ever did something like that. Well, guess what? They're going to have that same effect if you do that to them. You feel me? And I'm glad that I always say this, that I have this platform to be able to do what I do, to be able to give y'all something to think about. Even if it's a message like this of this person thinking about ending his life because he's faced with yet another obstacle of having to place himself in incarceration. We talk about this all the time, man, on your decision making. And this is what these videos is about, is to help you make better decisions from seeing somebody else's bad decision making. I made 1 million bad decisions in my life. I'm not perfect. Y'all see where I sit today, and been sitting in this same spot for 31 years. That's nobody else's fault but mine's. You know what I'm saying? So just like whatever it was I did that placed me here, I was man enough, strong enough to stand up and face that situation when I was faced with it. And I have to be the same way throughout the whole course of me having to be in that predicament until I get out of it. The objective is to get out. I whatever it was I did that contributed to me being in incarceration, I have to be just as strong to get myself out that situation. I can't get in there and then give up. Can't do it. What y'all have to start questioning yourself about is sit down before making a rash decision that can cost you your freedom of your life, and go over all the pros and cons, any and everything that mean anything to you. Some people live for nothing. Some people have no love. Some people have no love coming in or going out. I don't have no suggestions on how to cure that, but what I do have suggestions on is being able to make better decisions in your life, man. You know what I mean? Because who's to say a person go to prison, you're not guaranteed to get out. You got a whole bunch of crazy different mentality types that's incarcerated, and there's people in there, there's actual people in there that don't care about if the next man or woman is breathing or not. And all they need is the smallest, singlest reason, you know what I mean, to delete you off of earth. I've seen it happen. And I've also seen people that wasn't strong enough to face that time and look at themselves in the mirror inside that jail cell and not be able to handle it, not be able to deal with it. So that's when the suicidal thoughts start coming in and you start moving recklessly. Prison ain't for everybody. And I can't ever expect everybody to, be accepting of having to be there if you got to be there. The same as somebody like myself or the next man that's been tolerating that environment for many, many, many years. The only thing that I can do is give to y'all these stories from my different experiences and just highlight out. This is not the place that y'all want to be at. This is not the place that you want to get caught up in. So your decision making has to account for everything on how you move when you're free, when you're out there in the free world. How many times are you going to continue to gamble with your life and with your freedom? As if there's no consequences to making a bad decision. It's consequences to everything. We just got to stay knowledgeable of that and stop thinking that we can beat the system, a system that's designed to beat us all over the head, over and over again. See, the system ain't going to change. Our mentalities have to change. Our way of thinking have to change. That's the only thing that's going to keep us free of sitting inside somebody's jail and aging every single day until you rot. They don't have a problem with sitting you inside of a concrete prison cell until you rot. They have no problem with it. So why would you have a problem with assisting in helping them place you inside of a prison cell? You got a lot of hardcore dudes out there. It's like, man, prison ain't nothing. My big homie went through this. My big homie dealt with that. I can go in there and deal with it. No, you can't. A lot of you dudes can't. You feel me? And this message right here of this person contemplating suicide while faced with incarceration is proof of that. See, I knew these videos would affect and hopefully help people. I knew it. That's why I never quit. I was blessed enough to have people in my life that didn't quit on me, that didn't give up on me. And then there was a whole bunch of them that did. Washed their hands with me. Done. You did this. You placed yourself inside these people's prison for life. You know what I mean? There's nothing that I can do for you. And they wash their hands and be done with you. I've experienced that. Family, so-called friends, and all that. You experience, man, you go through every single different type of emotion being placed inside of a prison, inside of a jail cell. You deal with every single emotion that you can think of. And that's a fact. However, you have to be extremely grounded to who you are as a man. How strong do you really want to be? Did you come all these miles in life to just give up and end it? I don't think so. So we have to be smarter. We have to be stronger. If not for ourselves, if you got kids, be strong and smarter for them. You got a mother or father that's still living, be strong enough for them. Brothers and sisters that love and care for you, be strong for them. If you can't be strong for yourself and make better decisions, because at the end of the day, we're all given the same 24 hours. But it's up on each and every individual in how they choose to spend those 24 hours, which means your decision making throughout that 24 hours is going to account for every single thing that comes to you in your life. That's a fact. I don't ever want to see nobody, man, having suicidal thoughts. And you know how many people I've seen in prison in their life because they felt like they couldn't deal with, having to wake up and go to sleep inside that concrete coffin. I've seen young and old in their life ended. Slashed wrists, death by hanging, you name it. Do some crazy, wild, kamikaze type of stuff, flighting the police, hoping that the gunman in the tower will shoot you with the Mini 14. I've seen it all. Unfortunately, it's nothing to brag about. Is not normal. Seeing somebody lose their mind like that. To think of suicide, you're not thinking rationally, which means you're losing your mind. You're losing grip on reality. When really you should be thinking about survival, getting through it. It's just that's just a moment in time. Like I suggested to this person that sent me this message, it seemed like you only got a couple of years to do. You're not going in forever, which means you're given another opportunity to try it again, bro. But at what age do we stop thinking we can beat that system? At what age do we think we can stop running into that wall, a wall that don't move? We got to figure out a different way of either going around or over that wall, but trying to go through it, we're going to lose every time because it's designed to not break, not fold, not bend. That's how the system is against us. Point blank period. And that's a fact. We have to start changing our way of thinking. I know some of y'all out there that's just Too gangster for radio, too gangster for TV, too gangster for life. You know what I'm saying? And, it's whoop de whoop till I die and this and that. I get it. I get it. But how far do you plan on going with that mentality? How far do you think is actually going to get you in life having that mentality? I understand it's just some things that people got to grow out of. I had to grow out of living reckless and thinking reckless like that. It took a long time. It took for me to go through all kind of stuff. But the difference between me dealing with that stuff at that time and y'all dealing with that stuff right now is me giving y'all testimonies on prison, on gang life, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Really, it's a cheat sheet. It's a cheat sheet on how you can avoid having to go through half of the stuff that I went through. It gives you a cheat sheet on, instead of having these type of suicidal thoughts when faced with incarceration or having to do some time, which means you're getting separated from your kids and family and everybody that love you, to be placed off a whole bunch of people that you don't know, that comes from all walks of life, and everybody is thrust in one space together, and it's survival of the fittest. That's where you come from. Well, that's where you end up at. Where you come from is having the freedom to come and go as you please, to shower when you want, eat what you want, when you want, lay down with your woman, spend time with your kids and family. You know what I mean? The things that you're naturally supposed to be doing. And you're trading all that to go sit inside of a jail cell. Okay, well, if that's the choice that you are making to trade off, well, hey, you did that as a man. You stood firm, you stood tall, you stood strong when you made that decision to trade your freedom for jail. So guess what? I'm asking any of y'all, stand strong and firm when it comes time to do that time, when it comes time for you to have to go sit inside that prison cell, that lonely, gray, dark prison cell. Because that's exactly what it is. You're in the cell with a man. You close your eyes at night and go to sleep. That man is in that cell with you. You wake up, open your eyes. Guess who's there? That man. When you step outside your cell, you're greeted by a whole bunch of other men. Who would want to live like that? Who would purposely place themselves in a situation like that where you're trading off your freedom for that? So, hey, man, again, man, I'm glad that I have this platform. I have the outlook that I have. It took me a long time to get here mentally to this space of being able to utilize my journey and experiences to help people. This person sending me this message, I feel like this is going to help them. Point blank, period. This is going to help them. I hope and I pray that it do, and I hope and I pray that it help other people that's having suicidal thoughts of hurting themselves or others. We don't aspire to encourage any bad activity, any negative anything, whether it be to another person, whether it be to another community, or any of that. We're not pushing no violence here, which is why I figure that I've been around as long as I have, not skipping the line and getting pushed to the front, you know what I'm saying, by speaking on a whole bunch of stuff that I know that I'm not supposed to, like I see others doing. To each their own, though. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to get skipped to the front of the line, man, by, doing and saying things that would make not just my community look bad, but any other community. It's not about that. And on top of that, y'all have to keep in mind, the police watch all this stuff. They in class just like everybody else. So if your message is twisted and all bad, then guess what? They're going to keep crashing like they supposed to. If you're stupid enough to jump behind the camera and speak on a whole bunch of things that you know you're not supposed to be speaking on. If it's not to help people, then what you doing? See, our push been the same here at Swang Glow Podcast from day one. You feel me? All these years I've been in prison, hey man, it's time to turn this around and help somebody not have to go through this. You know what I'm saying? No matter how old or young you are, I don't care. None of that matters as long as it helps somebody. Point blank, period. You feel me? But yeah, man, I've just found this necessary, to speak on, because like I said, if there's anybody out there that's having suicidal thoughts, or if you face with time, because a lot of people will wait to go to prison in their life rather than do it before they go in. But I've seen it happen time and time again of people, ending their life once they enter into incarceration, and it's sad. It's sad to have to give that news to the people's family, and they receive that news, and then they ship their unalived loved ones back to the family in a body bag, a makeshift coffin. And if you are one of the people that don't have no family or none of that, guess what they do? They bury you in the local graveyard by the prison, right? With no headstone and none of that. That's nasty work, man. That's one thing. I don't want to die in prison. I don't know about all you other hard dudes that can do your time standing up on your hands and all this and that. Hey man, to each his own again. But I'm not trying to die in nobody's prison, and I'm not encouraging nobody to die in nobody's prison or end themselves in nobody's prison. Stand up and face what you gotta face, man. You stood up and you faced what you had to face when you made the decision that jeopardized your freedom of life. Stand up and handle this shit. For real. And this is to everybody. If you're having those type of thoughts, come to the Swanglow podcast. Come to our roundtable. You get all the love and support that you need from us, because that's what we're about over here. We're about building, structuring correctly, and encouraging people to be better people and help others. You know what I'm saying? Like I've told y'all, it's always not about finances. Any little help can help. Whether it be words, whether it be whatever. Help, man. Costs nothing to help. Especially on a situation like this where somebody is thinking about ending their life because they faced with incarceration. That's crazy, man. But again, to that person that sent me this message, hey, man, here at the Swanglow podcast, at this round table, we love you. We love you. Come be part of this family, man, and we're gonna get through whatever we need to get through together. You know what I'm saying? Point blank, period. But one thing we don't want to see you do is end your life, because there's so much more life to live. You feel me? But look, I'm finna get up out of here. I just wanted to bring that little message to my roundtable family, man. It's imperative that we have these type of discussions. And again, I'm blessed to have this platform and have been blessed to have it for as long as I have, because messages like this, it shows that I'm exactly on the path that I'm supposed to be on, which is helping people rather than tear down and destroy like the mass majority of my life has been. And I've been tearing down and destroying my own community. You know what I'm saying? And I feel, at this age, it's time to rebuild it back up. I'm not here to change nobody's mind about gang banging, none of that. To each his own. But what I am going to do is provide the information through my journey and experiences to help those that need it. You feel me? For real, for real. But look, y'all listen to the story, learn from it, but don't repeat none of this. None of it. We love and appreciate our whole entire roundtable family, man. To all of those of y'all that subscribe to the Swanglow podcast, we love you wholeheartedly. Thank you for choosing us to become part of the family. And to those of y'all that haven't did it already, take this opportunity now, man. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Make sure y'all hit the notification button, man. So when we drop these videos or we do it live, you won't miss a beat. You know what I'm saying? But look, man, on that note, I'm finna get up out of here, man. Y'all stay blessed. Take care of each other. Let the people that's in your life know that you love them and appreciate them while you can. Sometimes we don't get that opportunity to do so. Tomorrow is promised to nobody. Remember that. So while we able to do it now, let's do it now. And I love all y'all. Till the next time we meet at this round table, Triple Gang.